This is a historic occasion for Yarmouth. The largest political gathering in recent memory. 2 months ago, there were approximately 40 members of our Liberal Party in Yarmouth. We are now over 1,300 strong, united behind whoever secures this nomination. Be it Dolores, Fraser, or me. Why? Because we're all fed up with how we've been treated by the government in Halifax. Look around you. Just look around you. And who do you see? Ferry and tourism workers, out of jobs and worried about their future. Fishermen, bringing their catch ashore for prices that are lower than ever. Small business owners, wondering if their firms will survive in Yarmouth. Neighbors worried about preserving our environment and way of life. Seniors concerned about access to doctors and healthcare facilities. Single parents struggling to find money for their children's medication, let alone for university or college. Youth, like many of our friends and children, doubting if they will be able to make a future in Yarmouth with their family. These are the stories that bring us together today. These are the stories of our community, which affect our neighbors, our friends, and our families. This has become our story, Yarmouth's story. And I am energized to be your next MLA because I believe this story can change. My family, the Churchills, farmers and fishermen from Sanford, and the Basheras, Lebanese immigrants who became merchants in the South End, came and stayed here because of the economic promise of this area. Yarmouth was a gateway to Nova Scotia, a beautiful region that was also a place of growth, prosperity, and jobs. Lately, things have changed. Our transportation links are all but gone, long-standing businesses have closed, and more of our young people, our friends, our family members are leaving because there is less and less opportunity here. And instead of having politicians we can look to and trust, and a government we can partner with and believe in, we instead have a ruling party who has chosen to ignore us. They have forgotten the importance of this region, not only for we who live here, but for this entire province. We've been hurt here in Yarmouth, and it's time for the hurting to stop. I've been asked, Zach, why do you want to get involved in politics, in such a dirty and nasty business? And my answer is simple each and every time, because I know it doesn't have to be. The political process is the most fundamental component of our democratic freedom. It should inspire people, include people, and help people. Never turn them away and never ignore them. My grandfather, Wilfred Bashera, had a saying, "What you see is what you get." It wasn't until I was older that I realized that his funny little statement actually expressed fundamental guiding principles of his life. Honesty and integrity. Principles that he wanted his family to live by, and principles that need to guide our politicians today. Then, and only then, will we have a political system and a government that we can trust to fulfill its intended purpose, to defend and improve the lives of people. The provincial government must partner with our citizens and other governments to make Yarmouth not just a destination for one seasonal ferry and one airplane, but a transportation hub where tourists and trade are moving in and out year-round. Government must create the conditions that allow our small businesses to grow and larger industries to invest here in Yarmouth. Government must enforce policies that strengthen those industries that keep our community going, like the fisheries and agriculture, while protecting our environment. Government must ensure that our seniors are not without health care and housing, and that none of our young people fall through the cracks but have the skills they need to be successful. are all achievable and are just a few of the things that I want to champion as your next MLA. Am I young? I'll be 26 this month. Does that matter? Yes, it does. Because often it is our youth that serve as our impetus for change, that challenge us to reinvent ourselves, and that offer the energy we need to bring about new beginnings. Am I young? Am I young? Oh, you better believe it. And I'm inspired by the party elders who have told me that the old way of doing politics isn't working, that we need a new approach in our political system, one that consults before making decisions, that puts ideas before politics, and that puts people before parties. And I look out across this remarkable crowd, and I see many long-standing Liberals, good people who have worked hard for this party. I also see some who have voted PC and New Democrat, and others who haven't been involved in politics at all before today. But today, I see a difference. I see our community willing to move beyond the politics and divisions of the past. Today, I see members of our community brought together in common concern for the future of our home. I see Yarmouthians standing united in hope for something better. And I'd like to share a lesson about hope with you. A lesson that sticks with me to this day, a lesson that relates directly to what we're currently dealing with in Yarmouth. I was having a discussion about communities, much like ours, that have been isolated, abandoned, and hurt, and how they can still maintain hope for a brighter tomorrow. I was cynical at the time, like many members of our community are now. And I said, people can hope all they want. That doesn't mean anything's going to happen. A friend corrected me. She said, Zach, do not confuse wishing and hoping. To wish is to idly want. To desire something while sitting on your hands. Hope is an action. It's fighting for what you need. It's doing something about it. Through Hope's action, the people of Yarmouth and this province will trust in politics again. Through Hope's action, our party will bring together all voices and people of this region for the good of our community. Through Hope's action, Yarmouth will have an economic success story, where we are no longer forgotten by Halifax, where we are no longer ignored, where we have a partner in government that allows no one to fall behind, and where all of our young people have opportunities to come and live home with their families. Hope isn't waiting for that change, folks. It's making it happen. And I am determined to be that instrument of change for this community. And I ask that you stand with me. And together we'll turn the page toward that future that we all know we need and deserve. Because that story, our new story, Yarmouth's story, can begin today. Thank you.